Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the MB Powercenter FUbar. So what is this? This is a barbell. It's 1.5 inches in diameter along the shaft. It has standard 2-inch Olympic sleeves, so it's going to take everybody's standard Olympic size barbell. So if you already have a barbell that has that sleeve, no need to buy new plates for this. But with these sleeves, they are non-rotating. So what that means is that the shaft of the bar does not rotate independently of the sleeve. It's a full welded construction, does not rotate. So for those of you that really depend on that rotation, like in the Olympic lifting world, this might still be a good bar for you, but just know it doesn't have that. The way that it's put together is it's actually a solid 1.5 inch pipe, or at least to the best that I can tell, it's a solid 1.5 inch pipe with, I'm guessing, Schedule 80 tubing, with the bar, basically the sleeve is slipped over the solid shaft. I don't know how else to phrase this. You put the sleeve over the solid shaft and then you weld it all together with this collar in place. What that does is gives you the 1.5 inch diameter with the 2-inch sleeve. The overall dimension, so this bar is 84 inches long, 7 feet. It's claimed on the website at 7 feet, and it specs out exactly to 84 inches, which is 7 feet. There are 52 inches between the sleeves, so it'll fit in almost any standard rack. I only say almost because somebody out there probably has a weird size rack. There are 16 inches of loadable space on the sleeves. And it's got this amazing textured powder coat. And I really don't know how else to describe this except for I wish every single company that offered a textured powder coat to enhance grip would use this powder coat, because this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Whatever they are doing, or whoever Mike Bartos is using for his powder coat, you've got it figured out. Good job. This is by far the greatest powder coat for grip that I've ever seen. Now this is a non-knurled shaft, so there's no knurl marks that are machined into this thing, but I'm telling you, this powder coat right here is very, very conducive to holding on to it as hard as you can. On that though, so one of the things that he recently added, because it's difficult to get lined up on these things, is these knurl marks, and these are 32 inches apart. And again, these are kind of hard to see. I'll show you guys a close-up. But these knurl marks enable you to kind of line yourself up a little better. That way you don't get off-center on the bar. Additionally, he throws on this sticker, and it comes from the factory. I've been using this thing for a bit now, and it hasn't tried to wear off at all. It's not a low-quality paper sticker. It seems like a higher quality sticker. I imagine it will eventually wear off. I'll probably just use some athletic tape after it wears off. But this helps you line up on the middle of the bar, and then you have the knurl marks to make sure that your hands are actually lined up whenever you go to utilize it for whatever lift you're going to use. The website claims that this thing weighs 55 pounds. I actually haven't weighed it yet. I've been using it for a couple weeks now. Haven't weighed it yet, so let's find out together. Alright, so I realize that you guys aren't going to be able to see the screen, but the website claims that this thing weighs 55 pounds. In real life, it actually only weighs 50.4 pounds. So a little bit of a disparity in weight claims there, but it's still a solid bar. It makes bar math pretty easy. Even if it was 55 pounds, it would just be bar math plus 10. Any of you that have lifted with a squat bar before would know exactly what that's like. With it being 50 pounds, it's just bar math plus 5. So what do you use a bar like this for? Well, it was mainly manufactured to be a deadlift bar, and you can definitely use it for deadlift, but there's nothing that says that you can't also use this for overhead press, which I have used it for overhead press, for bench press, for squats, I guess. You know, the textured powder coat on this thing is aggressive enough that I think you would be successful using it for squats. I don't know why you would need to, other than the fact that it has zero width to this thing at all, but you can pretty much use it for any lift that you want to make more difficult. There's no width to this bar at all. This is quoting directly from the website. I'm looking at my script right here. This bar will build powerful starts, teach you to strain all the way from the floor to lockout, and build a grip that's strong enough to hold on to your next PR. That's the wording directly from Mark Bartos' website, and I think that this thing does exactly what it claims to do. So any bar out there that has maybe some built-in whip to make the bar easier to lift, so for instance a deadlift bar usually has a lot of whip so that as you start to pull it, you know, theoretically you have a small amount of space measured in inches or centimeters, that when you're pulling up on the bar has flexed, but the weights actually haven't left the floor yet. With this thing, that's no longer a thing. That's not a variable. This is a stiff bar. When you pull on this thing, everything's coming up at the same time. So help you build that powerful start. And the 1.5 inch grip. So I've been lifting with this for a couple weeks. I definitely don't have the strongest grip in the world, but I also don't have the weakest. I'm able to double overhand deadlift 385 with this thing, and that's pretty good. So after that, I have to switch to a mixed grip, and I'm telling you right off the bat, this thing is going to help your grip a whole bunch. You could even use it as a grip tool if you wanted. Maybe load this thing up to just below what you're able to hang on to it double overhand with, and pull it for some reps. You know, work your grip that way. Most people don't. A lot of people don't work their grip, which I don't understand. I don't understand that, but work your grip, people. Get your grip strong. You're already in the gym, get strong. Some of the cons. I'll show you a close-up, but the end of the barbell has a small cave, not cave, but basically it's hollow at the very end of the barbell. Show you a close-up of that real quick. I just don't like it. So most of Mike Bartos' stuff is just solidly built, very meticulously built. The welds are spotless. If he uses tubing, typically he welds the caps onto the end and then finishes it in such a way that you can't even tell if the cap is welded on. He normally produces super high quality items. I just think that that open end is just kind of sloppy. Not necessarily sloppy, it doesn't look sloppy, but from what I've come to expect of Mike Bartos Powercenter, it's just maybe one of those things that you could make look prettier. Another thing I don't like is that, but it's with any bar. This is feedback on any bar. My strength coach has one of these bars, or I'm sorry, my strength coach has 2 of these bars. The first one, he was pulling some heavy rack pulls, may have come down a little bit too aggressively, or maybe not, but ended up bending his FUbar a little bit. So he now has a dedicated rack pull FUbar, and then he has his other FUbar that he uses for everything else. So just as a note, if you're doing heavy rack pulls, you may want to consider coming down gently on the straps maybe, or maybe look at the dedicated jack stands from Mike Bartos Powercenter. That might be a really good option for you. Now, some of the things I like, which is basically everything else. So those cons are pretty weak as far as my cons normally go. So pros, this powder coat, I cannot say it enough. This powder coat is amazing, amazing powder coat. Like, I really want every other manufacturer, like, start buying this stuff from Mike Bartos Powercenter. Figure out what he's doing on his powder coat. Everybody needs to do this powder coat if you have something that is going to be hung onto with your hands and it gets powder coated. This is the jam right here. I don't know who does it. Whoever does it, you're doing a kick-ass job. Keep it up. The second thing, it just feels solid. Whenever you pick up a barbell, so if you go pick up a cheapo barbell, you know, there's slop in the sleeves, everything kind of like feels bleh. I don't know how else to describe it other than it feels like you're holding a piece of crap. This thing, you feel like you're holding gold. The second that you grab it, you're just like, oh, that is a solid bar. You start to look at it, and I always kind of talk about welds, and I'll show you a close-up here, but all the welds are just beautifully finished. They're put on the correct side. There's no welds on the inside here, so your plates sit flush up against the sleeve. But just everything is really nice. It looks nice. It feels nice. Even the sticker's kind of nice. I don't know, maybe, because he probably wants some branding on this thing, so I was going to say maybe instead of a sticker, do a third knurl in the middle. Maybe just a third knurl mark. But if you want the sticker, do the sticker. I can't think of a different way to really do this. So these bars are commonly in stock. So this is probably a relatively easy thing to manufacture, especially when you compare it to some of his other products like the Dead Sled, the Stone of Steel. I don't think he makes the big top circus dumbbell anymore, but I'm sure that thing was a pain in the butt to make. This seems like a relatively easy construction, and oftentimes he's got them in stock, and if he's got them in stock, they ship out right away. If you follow Mike Bartos Power Center on Instagram, you'll commonly see posts where he has like a piece of equipment. He'll say like 2 FUbars up for sale right now. If you buy them within the next 2 hours, they're shipping today. Another thing I really like was the improvement of adding these dual knurl marks. These are amazing. They're LifeSend. They're really cool. I know it's a very small thing, but that's the kind of place that Power Center seems to be running, because a small detail like these knurl marks that help you get lined up so that you don't pull on this bar off center, which if you were to pull on this bar off center, you're going to know it really quick because one end's going to come up before the other in a drastic way. So having these marks here is awesome. It'll provide some like kinesthetic feeling, or it helps you get lined up. Cons, pros, we went over construction, what it's for, how much does it cost? So it's $220 plus shipping. I live down in Texas, northern Texas, and I did a cart bill today, so $220 plus $99 shipping would get it here for $319.52. I know a lot of you are thinking that that seems like a lot of money, and it does seem like a lot of money, and most of it is shipping. If you live closer to Ohio, I imagine that that price is going to drop. Or if you know a couple people that all want to get in on an order, you could potentially group all those orders together. I know that I've actually done that with MB Powercenter, and it worked out pretty well. I don't know what it was like on his end, and I don't know if he's going to appreciate me telling everybody to try to do these group shipping orders. But for us, it worked really well. We kind of like crowdsourced all the shipping. Everything is going to arrive. Everything's going to arrive in one place, so we all just got to go pick it up together. But that's one option for you. So that comes to, is it worth the $220 plus whatever your shipping charge is? So if you're a strongman, if you're a power lifter, I mean, I think that it's like an easy yes. The Bartos claim on the website, so Mike Bartos, again, going back to that quote, he said it's going to build those fast starts. It's accurate, super accurate. On my deadlift bar, I've been pulling on my deadlift bar for a while. I'm not the strongest guy in the world. I'm just recovering from a shoulder surgery as well, so I'm still on the comeback, and I can tell a huge, humbling difference between this bar and my deadlift bar, and I'm excited to get back to my deadlift bar at some point, because I'm exclusively pulling with this thing right now, and I want to see what the starts look like at that point. I think I'm going to have faster, more powerful starts, just like the website claims. This thing forces you to have good setup, good form, good technique. It drills those fundamentals into your lift, which is good. That's what I need right now, especially since I'm on the comeback, and I would gamble that anybody could use that at any time during their training cycle. I'm waiting to see if this pops up in any strongman competitions. They'll have like a FUbar deadlift. I would not be surprised to see something like that. Really, my hard answer is, would I recommend this? Yes, 100%. I would recommend it. One, near and dear to my heart, it's American made. By an American, just awesome. Awesome bar, small town, small business, 100% meets my guidelines for that. Two, it's a quality product, it really is. So if you already own a barbell, that's like really what I would say is if you already own a barbell, this thing is worth it. If you don't own a barbell yet, you may want to get like a standard powerlifting bar first, maybe, if you can find one. So right now, in case like in the future you're coming back to watch this video, right now we're kind of towards the tail end of the first wave, or if there's a wave, whatever, of a pandemic. And so right now it's difficult to find gym equipment, but these are in stock right now. He's making these right now. He's probably shipping them out as we speak. So this might be a good option. Like if you can't get a barbell and you want to start training at home, buy one of these things. They're available, they're American made, they're powerful. For training, they're gonna help you, 100%, I promise. So that's my video on the Mike Bartos Power Center bar. What do you think? Go ahead and comment down below, tell me what you think. If you like this video, if you could please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and I appreciate your guys' time. I appreciate all of you out there. I want you to stay strong and have a great week.